Okay, the iron's now ready. I'm just going to set it off to the side on the ironing board. I'm going to fold open the plain green side, or you can do it from the printed side, and I'm going to iron that nice and flat. One of the big parts of sewing is also pressing. The more I press, the crisper my product is going to look, and it's going to look a lot sharper. You would see, like in a man's shirt or a woman's blouse, you can see something that's tailored. That's really, really important. And so you find that you are constantly pressing and ironing when you are sewing. So we're going to just finally press this one all the way around. The next step after this is I'm going to turn the locker caddy right side out. So I've got it pressed. Looks pretty good to me. And to turn the locker caddy right side out, I put my hand in where it says no sew. I reach for the tab that's on the inside, and I start to pull it so it turns right side out. If I didn't back tack, it could be a problem. So I'm going to carefully pull this right side out. Takes just a minute. And you can see how dark the fabric is. There's my tab at the top. And I want to make sure I get the corners nice and square. This is where my point turner will come into play. So I'm going to kind of use my hand to make sure the corners are out there. And then I'm going to use the point turner to get them nice and square. And you can see the tab is up here at the top and stuck right out there at the top. That's nicely lined up. Taking my point turner, and this always seems a little confusing to people, but I put it into the area on the inside, and I go up to the corner, and I gently work the fabric out. So you can see I'm working the fabric out on all four corners, and you can see it gets to a pretty nice crisp square. And then I go down to the bottom. I'm going to get the corner on the bottom nice and square, and the corner on the other bottom corners nice and square. And now I need to iron it again. Now this time what I like to do is I like to pull the fabric open so I can iron the seam flat so I get a good crisp finish to my locker caddy. So I'll start by just laying my fabric out on the board, in the cord around, and press. Sometimes you've got to put a little extra effort into pressing this side. And this one has a little bit of an opening, so you want to make sure if there's an opening that you fold this in so it'll be nice and flat. So we want to get that corner crisp, and I'll fold it in flat when we iron it one more time on the outside. So I'm going to iron this flat up at this point, open up this side of the locker caddy, and again I'm ironing this nice and flat, get the nice edge all the way along the other end. Iron it flat all the way up that seam. I don't want to have it have one edge that's a little over the other. It'll make it look better. Now iron the top, and now I can iron the whole locker caddy nice and flat. I want to make sure that the edges line up so that the seam is right between where the print fabric is and the plain fabric. So I lay it so it's nice and flat, and I press all the way around. And see, because that will make a difference when I go to fold up my pocket. Now hopefully I've stitched pretty straight so that the bottom of my pocket is going to line up nice and neat. And you can see where I have that hand opening, I've folded the fabric in, and I want to just press over the top of that. I'm going to take and put some pins in here to make sure that it is sealed nice, and then I can sew it shut. If at this point I don't think my corners are real square, I can take my point turner and continue to work that corner out a little more. So that's how you iron and press the locker caddy. And again, the tab should be at the top, and your buttonhole will be up here at the top. And this buttonhole I've not cut open yet, so I can do that in a minute.